today's roster. We do ask everyone.
All right, good evening, everybody, and welcome to Newton Park. We're getting set to go here for the nightcap of the IHSAA Girls Regional number 9 here at LaVille High School. Getting our national anthem here.
Tonight's regional championship contest features the Argos High School Dragons and the Wheeler High School Bobcats. Excuse me, Bearcats. That's the second time. Holy moly. Where'd we get this announcer anyways? The winner of this contest will advance to next weekend's North Semi-State to face the Northwestern Regional Champion. That contest will take place at either Kokomo or South Bend St. Joseph's. Before we meet tonight's starting lineups, we do remind all spectators that Newton Park would like to be recognized within the state and nationally for our good sportsmanship by all student athletes, coaches, and spectators. We do expect our fans to cooperate in displaying good sportsmanship toward the participants, coaches, support staff, and match officials. Please do your part to make this event a safe and wholesome atmosphere for all in attendance, and we thank you for being a good sport. And now let's meet the starting lineups. First, the visitors on the scoreboard, the Argos High School Dragons. In goal, Amani Gonzalez. Number 3, Parker Boffman. Number 5, Gabriella Allen. Number 11, Lauren Hampton. Number 12, McKenna Burkholder. Number 13, Taylor Dowdle. Number 14, Peyton Betts. Number 16, Alora Stone. Number 18, Morgan Dunlap. Number 20, Madeline Vanderweel. And number 23, Kaylee Carlton. The Dragons are coached by Joe Stone and enter tonight's contest with a record of 13-6-1. And now, for the home team on the scoreboard, the Wheeler High School Bearcats. In goal, Elena Hill. Number 1, Claudia Phillips. Number 3, Morgan Putz. Number 10, Lauren Putz. Number 12, Lyric Green. Number 14, Sydney Eden. Number 17, Amber Handley. Number 18, Riley Garcia. Number 23, Gia Diaz. Number 24, Elena Georgie. And number 27, Caitlin Mestina. The Bearcats are coached by Brian Murray and entered this contest with a perfect 20-0 record. Tonight's officials, as assigned by the IHSAA, Tyler Stahl, Ishmael Atala, Armando Garcia, and Larry Doan. Ladies, good luck. Let's play some soccer.
All right, good evening, everyone, and welcome here to Newton Park. We have the starting lineups introduced between the Argos Dragons and the Wheeler Bearcats. It is the IHSAA Girls Soccer Regional number 9 championship game getting set to go here from Newton Park. The Dragons, coached by second-year coach Joe Stone, come in with a 13-6-1 record. They won the morning game against the Hebron Hawks 3-2. On the good second half performance, the Dragons scored 2, coming back from a 2-1 deficit at the half. Alora Stone and Morgan Dunlap scored the second half goals to add to a Hannah Trump first half goal to give the Dragons the win and put them into the championship round. Wheeler had a much easier go of it. They had a 6-0 lead over Lakeland Christian before the Lady Cougars scored a couple goals late. And the final score in that one, it was 7-2. The Bearcats come in with a 20-0 record. They are coached by Brian Murray, and they are the defending Class 1A state runner-up and the regional number 9 reigning champions here at Newton Park. Good evening, everyone. Steve Stricker here with Phil Dean running the camera for us again this evening. It's a busy night here on RTC TV4. We've got Rochester Volleyball going on down at North Miami High School. Pioneer Volleyball getting set to go shortly at Pioneer High School. We've got Oregon Davis against South Central in volleyball over at Culver Community. And down at Argos, we're going to be covering the Argos Dragons as they take on the Boone Grove Wolves in an opportunity to move on to the semi-state. The semi-states here for the North in soccer will be played next week, and that will be either at Kokomo or South Bend St. Joe. The winner here and the winner at Argos will be assigned one of those locations depending on where all the winners are from. They decide that around Monday or Tuesday next week. Have a nice accommodations up here in the booth here at Newton Park. We do not have our normal scoreboard cam available to us, so I will update the time as I can, keep you up to date on how much time is left. Wheeler got on the board early and often against Lakeland Christian in match number 1. Like I said, they had a 5-0 lead at the half. So Lady Dragons cannot come out here and give them any momentum early. Argos had a tough match in the first round today against Hebron, and Wheeler had a little bit easier time of it. So hopefully the Lady Dragons got some nice rest there this afternoon. I know they were able to go home and take some naps and things, whereas Wheeler, I don't believe, with the time constraints and the distance traveled, were able to do that. So the Bearcats have a corner kick here from the near side. A nice kick in and up in the air, played by Gonzalez, and a good job there on the recovery. Amani able to clear it out here for the Dragons. Gabby Allen has it, drops it back to Burkholder, and tries to get it up ahead to Dowdle, but it's picked off there by the Bearcats.
Shot.
And just wide on that shot. If they would have got that in frame right there, Gonzalez was not in position to stop that if it would have went just on the other side of the post. So the Dragons dodge a bullet here early. Okay, Boffman. Taken away by the Bearcats. Wheeler wearing the orange uniforms with white sleeves and white stripes going halfway across the front. White short or orange shorts with white stripes on them and their orange socks tonight. The Dragons wearing their white uniforms with black numerals, white shorts, and white socks. Burkholder plays it up ahead. It's going to be a throw in for the Dragons at midfield.
I thought they said she was a junior.
Yeah, Monty Gonzalez, yep. It's a nice night here at Newton Park. The chill's still a little bit in the air from this morning, but it did warm up nicely here this afternoon. And beautiful skies over the horizon here at Newton Park. And Vanderwill tries to clear it out. Hampton comes up. So the pressure on the Dragons here, but they have not broke so far.
Shift. Patient. Well done, Parker.
Boffman turns it. This is going to go out of bounds off of the Wheeler, so it should be a throw in here for the Dragons. Sydney Shepard's going to come in for Madeline Vanderweel. And out off of the Dragons. Morgan Putz going to throw it in here for Wheeler. Boffman. And nice move there. She gets around one. She's going strong up the left side. Boffman with a nice drawback move. Gets a centering pass. Can't get it there to Stone. It's going to be a throw in here for the Dragons on the far side. Taylor Dowdle throws it in, and the Bearcats come up with it. And the run through, and Peyton Betts with a good defensive effort that time. Phillips working hard, though. She gets the centering pass. Oh, a good shot, and it's blocked by Morgan Dunlap. And that's a goal for the Bearcats. Number 12 puts them on the board, Lyric Green. And there's going to be an assist to Morgan Putz on that play.
Wheeler goal by number 12, Lyric Green, assist to number 3, Morgan Putz. Let's take it back. 7 minutes.
It's a good goal. Let's go. Let's play.
33-12 left here in the first half, and Wheeler gets on the board. Lyric Green with the assist to Putz. And it's a 1-0 score here for Wheeler. You can hear Coach Stone imploring the girls, don't let that get you down. We've got to keep going. It's only one goal here. The Dragons got to make sure to not let that turn into 2 and possibly 3 here. We saw that happen earlier to Lakeland Christian, a very good Lakeland Christian team that Wheeler just manhandled in the first half. So the Dragons have to come out with some intensity after that score by the Bearcats. We have a final in our game down at Pioneer. The Pioneer Lady Panthers are the sectional champions in volleyball. Congratulations to Pioneer. They're going to be moving on to next week's regional round. That'll be played at Culver Community.
That's you, Parker.
Shepard tries to get up to Parker.
Well done, Parker.
Good hustle there by Parker. It's going to be a throw in for the Bearcats. Betts gets tripped up.
Good work, good work.
And Hampton comes in and sends it out. It's going to be a throw in again here for the Bearcats. Putz with a huge throw right in front of the box. And a good play there by Burkholder. Gets that one out. Dragons kind of playing with fire right there on that throw in. That was a wonderful throw in, almost like a corner kick there for the Bearcats. It's going to go out, and Hannah Trump's going to check into the game here for the Lady Dragons. It's going to give Parker Boffman a break. Betts sends the goal kick out. Dowdle, it's picked off by the Bearcats. Carlton sends it back out towards midfield. Shepard gets in front of it and gets out-muscled there by the Bearcat player, Elena Giorgi. Nice pass, the centering pass in, and good effort there on the defense by Hampton. Clears it back out. Gives the Dragons an opportunity to reset their defense. Right back, though. Here comes just wide left. Wheeler is relentless on the attack, and just right from the throw in, they're coming at it hard. Madeline Vanderweel is going to check back in here for the Lady Dragons. And Taylor Dowdle is going to get a break. Carlton does a nice job, clears it up ahead to Vanderweel. Vanderweel's through ball can't get up to Alora Stone. And good pressure there by Shepard. Can she get it? She does. Gets pushed off the ball right there. The Lady Dragons are going to have to match the physicality here of the Bearcats. As Coach Stone is telling her right there. Allen gets it up ahead. So they play the advantage, but the foul on the Bearcats is going to give the Dragons a free ball, a free kick here just inside of midfield. Dunlap's going to take the free kick here for the Dragons. Some of the younger Dragons a little tentative with the aggressiveness of the Bearcats. They're going to have to grow up quickly here. Wheeler, a very strong, very aggressive team here. And nice job there by Betts getting it turned out to the outside, giving the defense a chance to set up. But the Dragons got to be aware right here. These throw-ins are dangerous from Wheeler. Over the head of Carlton. They wanted a handball in the box, which would have gave Wheeler a PK. No call on that. So offsides called there on the Bearcats. Betts sends it ahead. Wheeler first to touch on almost every pass, every free kick. Trump with a nice effort there. Centering pass across. Ball's still alive. I don't know what happened there. The Lady Dragons just let it go, and Wheeler played that thing back in there. They dodged a bullet big time right there. Not sure. A little miscommunication there. Somebody needed to clear that thing out, and the Lady Dragons almost gave up another goal with a miscommunication right there. 26 minutes left here in the first half. Wheeler leads 1-0 over the Argos Lady Dragons. A couple subs coming in here for the Lady Dragons. Coach Stone trying to keep the girls fresh. They had a very, very tough, very physical game in the morning match with Hebron. There's an opportunity. Hampton still alive, though. And shot well wide. So Wheeler putting the pressure on continually on the Lady Dragons. So far, they've only broke one time. It's just one of those things. You keep pushing and pushing and pushing, and it's going to force an error. A lot of standing and watching and waiting. Lady Dragons got to wake up here. Another throw in here. And my goodness, number 3 for Wheeler, Morgan Putz, her throw-ins, they had the same effect as a corner kick. I mean, she gets it right in front of the box on this near side. Carlton clears it out. Putz with it. It's going to go out. It's going to be another throw in here. And a good shot there by McKenna Burkholder. Able to clear it out. Putz with the throw here from the near side. She's going to throw it short this time. And a good opportunity here. Trump on her horse, but Wheeler gets to it. And a good job there. Gonzalez slipped a little bit trying to come off the line, but she's able to beat the Wheeler player to the ball. So far, the Dragons have bent, but only broke once. But the pressure continues to be applied here by the Bearcats. The Dragons in action down at Eugene Snyder Field with 23 minutes to go in the first half. No score with the Argos Dragons and the Boone Grove Wolves. We're going to keep that one up for you here with 22:56 left to go in the first half. Wheeler with the 1-0 lead over Argos. So we appreciate the Argos fans who are trying to split their time, do double duty here this evening. If you're joining us and you're watching the boys' game, send Andy a text or send me a text. Probably have Andy's number before you have mine. But let us know you're watching, and we'll give you a shout out here on the air. We love to interact with our fans as we're broadcasting. Keeps things lively here. The winner of tonight's regional championship will move on to the semi-state, either in Kokomo or South Bend St. Joe, to be determined later by the IHSAA. That game will be played on Saturday next week. Shot from distance. That's going to have a good hop. Gonzalez able to get in front of it. You just don't know how that thing's going to come off of the turf right there. And Amani did a good job.
And it looks like Vanderwill's lined up to take the PK. And let's see what they do.
Oh, the Dragons have a PK opportunity coming up here. Didn't see what happened to give them that opportunity. Keep you up to date. Trump drops it back to Shepard, lets it go through her legs. It's going to be poked out of bounds. It's going to be a throw in here for the Dragons.
And in comes the substitute goalkeeper. This is a tough situation for Bethany Christian.
Just off the mark there. Dragons dodge another bullet here. You watching the game too, Phil?
I'm sure it's a game of nerves here now. Fresh goalkeeper.
So a new goalkeeper for Boone Grove and a PK for Lucas Vanderwill down at Argos. Let you know how that goes.
He's a good-sized goalkeeper. Let's see. What's this substitute goal?
Boffman, and contact after the play there by Boffman. It's going to be a penalty. Coach Stone telling Parker just to settle down a little bit there. Save the contact opportunities for when you need them.
We'll wait for the whistle. There he goes. And he scores it.
And Vanderwill punches it in with 22-24 left to go in the first. The Argos Dragons take the lead 1-0 over Boone Grove down at Eugene Snyder Field. Oh, good job there by McKenna Burkholder. The centering pass was on line for Wheeler, and Burkholder, great job on the defensive effort. I tell you what, I'm very impressed with McKenna Burkholder. I've seen her play for 4 years, and she has really come on strong here in her senior year, doing a great job in the defensive backfield for the Lady Dragons. So the boys strike first down at Argos, taking a 1-0 lead with 22 minutes to go in the first half. Allen gets it out ahead. Pressure put on by Laura Stone. They get it around her. Good job. Sydney Shepard route runs it. And the turn, and goes out of bounds. Be a throw in here for the Dragons. So the Dragons need to push up here to try and get something going on the offensive end. Dunlap settles it. Gets it over to Allen. Dragons have something going here if they can make the passes connect. Vanderwill on the outside. Centers it in. Oh, good defense there by Wheeler. And Vanderwill gets it back, though. Nice little pullback move. Gets it back over. And that's going to sail out of bounds. Be a throw in there in the far corner for Wheeler. "17 minutes left to go here in the first half. Wheeler with a 1-0 advantage over the Lady Dragons. All right. Not sure what the whistle was there.
I guess that was too much of an advantage in the throw.
Okay.
Okay, 20 feet is going to make a difference. Wow.
So another throw in here for the Bearcats. As we mentioned in the pregame, Wheeler comes in with a perfect 20-0 record on the season, ranked number 1 in Class A girls soccer, the defending regional champion here at Lakeville, as well as the defending state runner-up. They lost in a tough battle in the state championship game last year to Evansville Mater Dei, looking to advance to the semi-state round, which will be held next week, either up in St. Joe at South Bend High School, South Bend St. Joe High School, or down at Kokomo. And Boone Grove has leveled the playing field at Argos with 19:54 left to go, all tied up at 1.
Play the feet, honey. Play the feet. Nobody up there. You're just kicking space.
Oh, an opportunity here, and that's a shot. And Wheeler puts it in. Can't see the number yet. We'll see here.
Hey, Money. You got to come out on that.
Number 12 gets that goal. Lyric Green. Lyric Green gets her second goal of the match at 15:21 left here in the first half.
Green with the goal. 18, Riley Garcia on the assist.
Garcia gets the assist. And that puts the Bearcats up 2-0 here over the Lady Dragons. Approaching the 15-minute mark left here in the first half. Wheeler has just taken the second goal by Lyric Green. So a little clock issue going on there. Holy cow. I looked away for a moment. Boone Grove has scored their second goal in about 2 minutes' time, leading the Dragons now 2-1 after Argos took the early 1-0 lead. Throw in here on the near side for Wheeler. It's going to be out off of the Bearcats, be a throw in for the Lady Dragons. Green is the first to touch. Burkholder down. That was a hard hit by Wheeler. I think it knocked the wind out of her. It looked like it hit her across the chest right there, but she's up. Burkholder is a tough kid, able to battle back off of that. Moves it up ahead. Vanderweel trying to get it over to Boffman. Allen had Stone up ahead, but a nice defense there by Wheeler. The header is going to save from going out of bounds. Good effort on that play. Burkholder gets in front of that one. It's going to go out of bounds. A throw in here for the Dragons. Centering pass. Stone. Dunlap gets a shot just off the right of the frame. So the Dragons getting a little bit going here on the offensive end. Let's see if they can keep the pressure on Wheeler. 12 minutes left to go here in the first half. You know, this is a Wheeler team coming in with a perfect 20-0 record, as we said. But looking down their score sheet, you know, 9-0 against Lowell, 7-0 against Covenant Christian, 11-1 against Boone Grove, 8-0 against Hanover Central, 11-1 against Westville, 10-2 against Hammond Bishop Knoll. This is a Wheeler team, 9-0 against Hobart, 8-0 against Maryville, 7-0 against Hebron, 7-0 against Bishop Knoll. Win the first game 7-2. You know, this is a team that puts the goals in the net. So the Dragons doing a good job keeping them out so far with only 2 goals in, but they've got to find an offensive attack here. Bearcats going back down. Out off of the Lady Dragons. Trump's going to come in. Putz and Georgie. I apologize if I'm saying that wrong, but check in for the Bearcats. Boy, Phil. Andy's got a good game going on down there. Dragons have tied it up at 2 apiece. 15 minutes to go. There's been 4 goals scored in the last 10 minutes of play down at Eugene Snyder Field. Gonzalez comes out, and a good job there coming off of her line. And McKenna Burkholder, I don't know if she makes it through this one. She is getting beat up in that backfield. She's gone down several times hard. She's playing gutsy ball right there. Senior for the Lady Dragons doesn't want her soccer career to come to an end. It's going to be one of those things where they're going to have to drag her off of the field before she'll come off. Lady Dragons get it out. Good job, Stone. And a call there. Going to be a free kick for the Dragons. Under 10 minutes to go, about 9.5 here in the first half. Drop back to Putz. Goes around Allen. Passes it up ahead, and it's going to go out of bounds, be a throw in here for the Dragons. I want to thank everybody here associated with Newton Park and LaVille High School for their hospitality here this last couple weeks. We've been up here for a couple games. A wet, rainy sectional championship game last Saturday, and then 2 this morning, and our nightcap here this evening. Mr. Scott Shear, the assistant athletic director at LaVille, the softball coach. What else you do, Scott? A little everything?
You name it. I even drive the bus.
Drives the bus sometimes. That's the thing that we've always talked about with the small schools with Argos and Culver and LaVille and Caston. I mean, everybody does 5 or 6 different things. For example, Andy Stone down on the call at the boys game. Coaches men's soccer at Ancilla, calls games for us. Bus barn director, maintenance director, mows the yard, a little bit of everything. Dunlap gets a run going. Laura Stone can't quite get to it. Nice idea there by Lady Dragons. Pieces of offense you can start to see happening here for the Lady Dragons. And Allison Zom not able to get it. Goes off of her out of bounds. And you got to play that long throw in when Putz has it. If the ball comes into the press box, it's yours to keep. Couple subs. What's that?
They make me give it back.
They make you give it back, yeah. Allison Zom gets a break. Madeline Vanderweel checks in for her. I think the one thing that I'm noticing here with Wheeler, they're very physical, but in a little different way than we saw this morning with Hebron. They use their body, they shield with their body, a very technically sound team. And Gonzalez, good job, smart play there by the junior keeper for the Lady Dragons. Coming out off of her line, being aggressive right there, not giving Wheeler an opportunity. And a big collision out there. Dunlap goes down. Good sportsmanship there by the Wheeler player, Elena Giorgi. Helps Dunlap up. Nothing blatant or anything like that. Just contact on a 50-50 ball. Burkholder sends it up. Trump. Shepard. Settles it down, a little heavy on the touch. Back the other way come the Bearcats quickly down the field. Got a runner down the sideline. Halderman. Approaching 5 minutes left here in the first half of play with Wheeler leading 2-0 over the Lady Dragons. And the cross far post, and nobody home right there, or the pass was a little high, I guess you'd say. And we got a new player coming in, number 19, Elizabeth Edmonds checks into the match for the first time here tonight for the Lady Dragons. Going to give Sydney Shepard a quick break. And the ball, good idea there by Dunlap, couldn't get it over to Allen. The Lady Dragons have the ideas. They know what they need to do, but Wheeler is a step ahead as far as athletically on the defensive lanes and just preventing the Lady Dragons from getting that. Good job there by Dunlap running the player off of the line. And the shot, oh, Gonzalez, what a play. Snags that out of the air with her left hand. That was a goal. That was a goal, and Gonzalez saved the day on that one. Wow. Monty Gonzalez has earned my respect over the last few games. I mean, she has done a whale of a job.
That defensive play brought to you by Rochester Telephone Company.
Next year we'll have replay for that. We're still working from the ground up basically here, and we'll have that one on replay for you next year. That was a save and a half right there by Amani.
Three and a half, just under.
3.5 to go here. The Lady Dragons holding tough here against the number 1 ranked Wheeler Lady Bearcats, trailing 2-0. But Amani Gonzalez has had some very good plays in the keeper box for the Lady Dragons, as well as the whole defensive backfield of the Lady Dragons playing very well. McKenna Burkholder, Morgan Dunlap. And they're going to say that was touched by Argos out of bounds. 3-minute warning. If we had a 3-minute warning, we just hit it. So the boys doing very well after taking a 1-0 lead. Boone Grove came back with 2 goals of their own to take a 2-1 advantage. And then Argos scored the equalizer under 7 minutes to go down there at Eugene Snyder Field. Boys all knotted at 2 apiece. Boffman getting ready to check back in here for the Lady Dragons. Shepard coming back up to the line. Should be coming back in as well. Beautiful night. Beautiful night. Little nip in the air. I like it. Fall is here. 13th of October. So Dunlap and Trump are going to get a break here for the Lady Dragons. And the goal kick comes out. Betts hits it off of the backside of Allen.
Not quite a minute, a little over.
We got Dewar from Plymouth, Dan Dewar.
Get back and help. Hurry up. Look at number 8 standing right outside there.
Corner kick coming up here for the Bearcats.
1 minute.
And with 1 minute left, Lyric Green nice kick in, and the running header, and it goes high for the Bearcats, but they're still alive. Dragons need to get it cleared out. And good job there by Burkholder. Gets it out. And the shot easily handled off frame by Gonzalez. 30 seconds to go here in the first half. Lady Dragons would be happy right now if they can get into the halftime. We saw the game this morning where Hebron scored a goal with about 35 seconds left in the first half. Put the pressure on the Lady Dragons.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And that's going to do it for your first half of play here from the beautiful Newton Park facility in the LaVille IHSAA Girls Soccer Regional Number 9 Championship match. At the half, Wheeler leads the Lady Dragons 2-0. We're going to take a quick break, come back here with halftime stats, and talk to you a little bit about what's going on in the other places in RTC TV4 broadcasting here this evening. So we'll take a quick break. Thank a couple of our wonderful sponsors here on RTC TV4.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors. Evans Agency in Rochester, offering farm liability, farm personal property, and farm outbuilding policies, all customized to fit your insurance needs. Let Judy help you protect all of your possessions. Online at evansagencyrochester.com. The lawyers and staff at Peterson, Wagoner & Perkins LLP are here to provide the highest quality legal and professional service to their clients presently and for the future. See a full list of services online at peterson-wagoner.com. Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production.
All right, welcome back here to Newton Park, where at the half, the Wheeler Bearcats, Class A number 1, 20-0 Wheeler Bearcats, lead your Argos Lady Dragons 2-0. And the scoring came, both goals came off of the foot of Lyric Green. Goal number 1 came early at 33:22 left with assist going to Putz. She got another one at 15:21 left with the assist going to Garcia. And that is your scoring here at the half. Other things going on here this evening on RTC TV4 down at Pioneer High School. Congratulations to the Lady Pioneer Panthers volleyball team. They are the 2018 Pioneer Sectional Champions. They'll be moving on to regional action next week over at Culver Community High School. Just got an update at North Miami High School. The Rochester Lady Zebras volleyball team is tied up at 2 sets apiece with Wabash. That has been a good rivalry all year long. I got to call the regular season matchup. That went 5 sets as well. And I had that going here before we got going on RTC4.com. Very exciting match. I've been very impressed. I got to do about 5 or 6 matches for the Lady Zebras this year. And very young, very inexperienced at the start of the season, but doing very, very well. Coach Aaron Leap has those girls playing very hard. Nothing has ever been, easy for the other team. Even in the losses, it's always been a struggle for the other team to get the win. And the Lady Zebras have done their fair share of winning this season as well. Over at Eugene Snyder Field with 25 seconds left in the first half, Argos Dragons knotted up at 2 apiece with the Boone Grove Wolves. Corner kick here for the Dragons. And it doesn't look like anything's happening there with the last 5 seconds running off the clock. So the Argos Dragons going to go into the half down at Eugene Snyder Field tied at 2 with Boone Grove. The winner of that is going to be your 2018 Argos Regional champion, and the winner will move on to the semi-state round next week. They would play either at Kokomo or South Bend St. Joe, as would the winner of this one here. Could be one place or the other for either one. There's no set schedule until the IHSAA looks and see who wins and where they're at and tries to put them so that they have the most fair amount of travel time. So a lot of stuff going on here today for RTC TV4. We're in the final stages of 15 games live that we've done here today, and it's been a little bit of a stressful day here and there, but we've gotten through it, and I think every game has gone off here pretty well. We've had some really good contests. The morning match with the Lady Dragons and the Lady Hawks from Hebron was a good game all the way to the end. Lady Dragons didn't get the lead until the last 5 minutes of the game and finally picked out the 3-2 win over a very, very tough Hebron team. And they're playing a very good game here with the first half score 2-0 against the Wheeler Bearcats. And, if you were here when I was reading off some of the scores of the Wheelers games here this season, very common for them to score 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, goals in a game. And Lady Dragons are playing tough. The defense of the Lady Dragons, Morgan Dunlap, McKenna Burkholder, Amani Gonzalez doing tremendous work back there in the backfield. We're going to take a break here. We're just going to leave it on the field as we are in about 4 minutes left here in the halftime period. We'll come back for second half action here on RTC TV4 momentarily. Thank you for tuning in to tonight's IHSAA Girls Regional number 9 from Newton Park. All right, welcome back here to Newton Park. Getting set for second half action. Lady Dragons have a 2-0 deficit to climb out of here in the second half. But I gotta say they're holding their own here in action against a 20-0 team, like we said, that's used to putting up big goal numbers here in the games. But Coach Stone's team does not want to have a moral victory. They want to have an actual victory here tonight. And they're still within striking distance here as we start the second half, down 2-0. Boys are at the half down at Argos. They're tied 2-2 with Boone Grove. And down at North Miami, the Lady Zebras are in the 5th set with Wabash in the sectional championship down there. Last report I had, they were trailing 11-8 in the 5th. So the Lady Zebras giving Wabash everything they want and more here. And Burkholder wins that one. And Dowdle, she's got one on the left. Now she needed to decide either pass it or turn it upfield right there, and kept going at that angle. Bearcats coming back on the attack. Get it into the middle. Good job there by Hampton. It's going to go out off of Wheeler. Dowdle will take the throw in here for the Lady Dragons.
I got that, John.
Allen gets it over. Oh, almost connected on a nice pass there to Dunlap. Got one ahead here, one-on-one, and a good defensive job there by Peyton Betts to get that ball cleared out. Wheeler had a big opportunity right there, and Peyton Betts came up big for the Lady Dragons. Goal kick coming up here. Not a very good clean out there. And an opportunity there for Garcia, but it goes wide left of the upper corner of the box. So McKenna Burkholder is going to take this one. Try and get a little better kick coming out of the goal there. Ooh. Good effort right there, and that's over just barely. Gia Diaz with the header off of the goal kick, put that thing back in play for Wheeler, and that thing just went over by about 6 inches. Nice pullback move there, Gabby Allen. And Dunlap turns the corner. Lady Dragons Wheeler's just so good. They can get 1 to 2 passes, and then Wheeler in the position, the third pass attempt usually for the Lady Dragons. And Wabash pulls out the win over the Rochester Lady Zebras down at North Miami High School. So they are your 2018 North Miami sectional champions in volleyball. Congratulations to the Wabash Lady Apaches. I'll give a good congratulations to the Rochester Lady Zebras. For as young and inexperienced as a team they had when they started the season, they did a fantastic job. Coach Aaron Leap has got to be very excited about the future of the Lady Zebras volleyball program. And look forward to watching these girls. One senior on the team down there, Olivia Smith. So everybody else will be back. Some really good juniors there with Town and some of the other girls. I'm all of a sudden drawing a blank on their names. But Regal, Town, and the setter, can't think of her name off the top of my head. I don't know why, I've done enough of their games. But anyway, congratulations to the Rochester Lady Zebras. Come up a little short in the sectional championship against Wabash. So the Wabash Apaches are going to be heading up this way next week as they go into regional round action at LaVille High School. And the shot, they're going to say goal kick. Wheeler was trying to call that a tip. So the Argos Dragons underway in second half action down at Eugene Snyder Field. Andy Stone on the call down there. It's a good one with Argos and Boone Grove. The Dragons trying to get Boone Grove back. They knocked Argos out of the regional last year in the semifinal round and were the eventual regional champions. Here in second half action at Newton Park with 34-25 left to go in the game. Wheeler holding on to a 2-0 advantage over the Lady Dragons. But the Lady Dragons have played this Wheeler team very, very tough. They've matched everything with the physicality. Just a couple of breaks off of very aggressive offensive effort by Wheeler. And both goals here tonight scored by Lyric Green for the Bearcats. And that one's off frame on the left foot. Sydney Shepard getting ready to check in here for the Lady Dragons. Going to give Vanderweel a break.
Well, and then I think after this doesn't go from regional champions to regional and semi-state. And then that's when we give you the big, once you get to the state finals.
So Dragons playing a very defensive game right now, which is good. They're keeping Wheeler out of the net, but it's also bad because they're down by 2 goals. So it's one of those things you kind of got to try and do a little bit of both, but against a team like Wheeler, it's difficult, definitely difficult. But the Dragons are up to the task here tonight.
Well done, Laura. That's it, Reed. That's it. Now stay drop with her. Can we shift? Can we shift?
You can hear Coach Stone working the offense or the defensive shifts here for the Lady Dragons, and they're doing a great job. They're not bunching up. They're playing their man. They're playing their area like he wants them to. And a good pass up from Dunlap to Stone. Can't get that turn there. She's battling against 2 Bearcats. And Lyric Green comes out of there with the ball. It's going to be out off of Argos. Be a throw in here for Wheeler. Allen gets the turn, and Stone has an opportunity here up the side. She's got Boffman running down the center, tries to get it over one, and the second Wheeler defender is there. Dunlap makes a stab at it, can't get it. That's the thing with Wheeler. You can't overcommit on the offensive side because just like that, they'll turn around and they'll put the pressure on your defense if your players are too far on the offensive end. So you got to try and find that balance. And Green slips on the shot attempt right there. A little slow getting up.
Net out, Coach Dean. Okay, you gotta catch that, dude. Come on now.
Dowdle gonna throw it in here. Nice job. Gets it over to Allen. Drops it back. Good job there by the Wheeler player, turning away from the defense. And Bearcats on the attack again. Good job. Gonzalez comes off her line. Suffocates that ball. And shuts down the Wheeler attack. Allen gets knocked off of that one. Back to the center. Gonzalez again, and a good job that time by Peyton Betts. Gave the lane for Gonzalez, shielded the player off of the line. And a good job there. Wheeler first to touch on all the kicks by the Lady Dragons coming out of the goal. Keeping the pressure on the Dragons' defense. Oh, push in the back. Burkholder. That is not going to count. That was called advantage to Wheeler, so Burkholder is going to take the free kick right on the 18 here for the Lady Dragons. 28:56 left to go here in the ball game between the Lady Dragons and the Wheeler Lady Bearcats. Wheeler has the 2-0 advantage. Winner will move on to the semi-state round next week at either South Bend St. Joe or Kokomo. Down at Argos, we're still knotted up at 2 apiece with 31:33 left to go. Argos Dragons and the Boone Grove Wolves. Winner of that one will advance to the semi-state as well.
She knows when you put your shoulder on her, and she'll go out of place, so the kid forgets about her, and then she'll run in from who knows where.
Boffman gets it away. Tries to make a run, but there's 3 Wheeler Bearcats right there. And it seems like every time the offense looks like it's going to have something moving forward, boy, the Wheeler Bearcats are just right there. There's 3 orange jerseys around them. It's not anything that Argos is doing wrong. It's just the Bearcats are just so strong. And the ball on the far side, it's going to be tracked down by Wheeler, trying to get the centering pass. Good defense there again by the Dragons. It's going to be a goal kick off of Wheeler. Drop it back. Putz sends it ahead with the left foot. Lyric Green has a girl running on the far side, and pass was too direct, and it goes out. So a goal kick coming up here for the Lady Dragons.
It's kind of like football players. You know, they'll run that little 7-yard route and go sit in the middle of the defense.
Under 30 minutes left to go down at Argos. All knotted up at 2 apiece still.
Right, absolutely.
Phillips with a nice run there on the far side. Popped up ahead, but there's Wheeler again. First to touch. Going to be a foul called on Wheeler, so it'll be a free kick coming up here for the Lady Dragons. Dunlap and Dowdle getting ready to come back in here for the Lady Dragons. Oh, an opportunity right there was missed. The pass ahead. Trying to hit Riley Garcia going right down the middle. And just led her a little bit too much. Good job there by Gonzalez getting it out. Stone wins that one. She's got a run going. Parker Boffman up ahead. Shepard back up to Stone. Back to her again. That's going to sail out. Be a throw in here for the Bearcats. There you go. Vanderweel loses it, but on the far side right there, Zom. Carlton gets it ahead. Stone looks for a drop, and it's going to go out of bounds. Be a throw in here for Wheeler.
You guys got to take control. You can do it. Good work, Abby. Well done.
And Carlton gets it ahead to Stone. Got a call there. Free kick coming up here for the Dragons, so a good opportunity here for them to push up ahead. Burkholder's going to let them push up. Let's see what we can do here with the opportunity. Sends it in. Boffman gets pushed off the line right there. Lauren Hampton gets that ball. Allen gets it up ahead. And it's going to be a throw in here for the Lady Dragons. So Dowdle and Dunlap check in. Kaylee Carlton and Alora Stone going to get a break here for the Lady Dragons. Dunlap tries to slip it ahead, and it's going to go out of bounds off of Dunlap. Be a throw in here for the Bearcats. Oh, nice pull back there by Allen. Gets it ahead. Vanderweel. And it's going to be a free kick here for the Lady Dragons. Hannah Trump getting ready to check in here for the Lady Dragons. Burkholder going to take the free kick. Nice ball into the middle. Vanderweel turns it to the outside. Zom. Oh, gets it in. Dunlap. Can't get to it. Good job. Lauren Hampton turns the corner right there. Gets it up ahead. Zom. 50-50 ball right there. She gets sandwiched between two Bearcats. And it's going to go off of her out of bounds. Couple freshmen checking in now. Lizzie Edmonds going to check back in, as well as Hannah Trump. Some of Coach Stone's talented freshman crew getting some good playing minutes here in the championship game. Boffman and Allison Zom are going to check out. Dunlap loses it. Sydney Shepard able to track it down before it goes out of bounds. A little heavy on the touch. Gets knocked off the line, so it'll be a throw in here for the Bearcats.
They've been having me do the whole and then they've had a student up with me trying to get the
Phillips trying to find a centering pass down there for Wheeler. And the shot off to the left. And finally does go out of bounds, so it'll be a goal kick here. Emma Swathwood's going to check in, the sophomore for the Lady Dragons. First action I've seen tonight. Hey, Phil, what kind of time we got left here in this one? 19 minutes left here in the second half. Wheeler holding on to a 2-0 advantage that they had at the halftime. Putz battles for the ball. A nice run there on the far side. Phillips, centering pass, and the header goes over the top of the bar. Beautiful centering pass that time by Phillips. And redirect was all that was needed. Tried to do it via the head shot and just went over the top of the net. And that would have been the hat trick for Green if she would have got that one in. Still 2-2 down at Argos.
Yep.
How much time's left down?
22.
18 minutes here, 22 minutes at Argos. Still knotted up at 2 apiece down there. And a good job again for Gonzalez coming out off of her line. Had a Bearcat running on the far post. Not a real good kick. I don't think Joe Stone's in play down there. So an opportunity here on the throw-in for the Lady Bearcats. Allen gets the first touch, but it goes out. Centering pass. I would say Betts tried a header, but that almost looked like it maybe off the, or that was Hampton. Might have been off the side of her face there. Ooh, a little extra. Hampton gets it across to Allen. Allen had Swathwood on the side, but it's a good defensive effort there by the Bearcats. Continually impressed by the passing ability of the Wheeler team. They seem like they can connect at will on pass after pass after pass. They're going to be a very, very difficult out here in the tournament. They got the state runner-up last year, losing to Evansville Mater Dei. And I wouldn't be surprised if I don't see their name and their picture as they're hosting a very big trophy this season. Not giving up on the Lady Dragons' chances, but with 15 minutes to go, trailing 2-0, they've got to find a goal here quickly. Dunlap turns it to the outside. Back across to Laura Stone. Gets it out. Swathwood can't get to it. It's going to go out of bounds. Be a throw in here for Wheeler.
which is good.
Hey, I know you're bored down there, but
Yeah, that's that. The starting goalie.
you're yawning and everything. I just want to make sure you're okay. Okay.
Keep going, keep going, keep going.
Riley, get back to your stuff.
Putt sends it in. Good throw. And a nice job there by Dowdle. Trump, very good defensive effort there. Pushes the Bearcats back. They're going to try it on the right side. The Bearcats using the whole field. Switch it back again to the left side. Stone can't get to that one. Green gets it up ahead. Good effort there by Edmonds on the far side. Able to knock the Bearcat player off of her line. It's going to be a throw in on the far side here for Wheeler. Kaylee Carlton getting ready to check back in here for the Lady Dragons. Free kick coming up here for Wheeler. This is a dangerous area. And that's going to be a goal for the Bearcats. Let's see who punched that in. That's a long way away from my old eyes to see that number. Get that number there, Phil. Get that number. It's over here. 3?
Wheeler goal by number 3, Morgan Putz.
Morgan Putz sends it in from distance. So that puts the Bearcats up 3-0 now. With 13 minutes left here in the game. So Lady Dragons doing a very respectable job here, holding the Class A #1 Wheeler Bearcats to 3 goals. Held them scoreless through the better part of the second half. But Wheeler now with a 3-0 lead under 13 minutes left here in the match. Coming down to the wire down at Eugene Snyder Field, where with 15:20 left to go in that one, the Dragons and the Boone Grove Wolves all knotted up at 2. They've went the entire second half with no goals scored. I think all 4 of those goals, far post shot, no good for Wheeler. I think all 4 of those goals, Phil, didn't they come within about a 4-minute span in the first half? Trying to keep an eye on that one as well. Other action on RTC TV4, wrapping up a day of 15 live events here on RTC TV4. All of our cable channels and the website rtc4.com. And there's another goal. And that is the hat trick now for Lyric Green off of the assist.
Assist to Elena Giorgi.
Giorgi gets the assist. And Lyric Green gets her third goal of the game and records the hat trick here in the regional championship game. And with that, Wheeler has opened up a 4-0 lead. .45 left to go. So Lady Dragons had done a great job here on the defense in the second half, but Wheeler punches 2 of them in within about a 2-minute span here in the second half, and now leads by a 4-0 advantage. So it looks like the Bearcats going to be the back-to-back regional champions here at Newton Park. They will advance out of the regional round and move on to semi-state. And like I said, I think that the #1 team here in Class A might end up being the champions this season. Lady Dragons have done a respectable job here in the championship game. They had to have been tired coming into this game after a very, very tough win this morning against a very physical Hebron team, pulling out the 3-2 win against Hebron, scoring the winning goal with 5 minutes and some change left to go in that one. Is that Green again? Got an opportunity here on the near side. Coming up with a free kick. The cross into the middle. And a good job there by the defense. Gets it out. We have some subs coming in here. So Lady Dragons going with some younger players. #1, Cagney Hoffman. #4, Ariana Petz. #7, Sheila Allmeyer. And #25, Sophie Bullenbacher also checks in here for the Lady Dragons with some minutes. Here in the waning moments of regional championship game between Wheeler and the Argos Lady Dragons. Lady Dragons have done a commendable job against a Wheeler team here that's used to putting up. Well, he had more come off than went on. So the senior, Kaylee Carlton, gets back on the field here, on the pitch. So with the 4-0 lead here late, Coach Stone getting some of the younger players some regional time. 7:45 left to go. So unfortunately for the Lady Dragons, their season's going to come to a close. And some very, very talented seniors, Gabby Allen, McKenna Burkholder, Alora Stone, Kaylee Carlton, we're going to see their careers come to a close. And Dunlap's coming off holding her arm. Coach Dewar's watching that. He's probably cringing. Hopefully nothing going on there. Maybe just a stinger for Dunlap. Got another sub coming in, number 22.
We left that back in the office.
That Carly Miller, Phil. 22. We got her listed as 25, but the backside looks like Carly Miller. Tell me if that's Carly. Yeah, 22. Turn your head. Yeah. So number 22, Carly Miller. And new keeper into the game as well for the Lady Dragons. That's Alyssa Poisel. Who's that, Phil?
That's not Carly.
I know, that's who's listed as Carly. 25. Should I ask her who are you? All right, free kick here for the Bearcats. And it's going to go out. Be a corner from the near side.
Oh, that's Kara Sabansky.
Okay, Kara Sabansky. Getting ready to check in here for the Lady Dragons in the waning moments of the championship match with 5 minutes left to go. Lady Dragons have done a commendable effort against a very, very talented, of course, 20-0 Wheeler Bearcat team. Coming in with, 8 to 9 goals per game average, I would say, unofficially. And there's another one poked in. And that's going to be number 24, Georgie. And that's going to be the 5th goal here.
Now it's going to be even harder. No, I'm still following them.
4:53.
18 on the assist.
4:53 left to go, and that makes it 5-0 in favor of the Bearcats. They're going to give Garcia the assist.
18 Garcia on the assist.
That's going to be Garcia's second assist here in the match.
How much time was that? 4 minutes left.
So, Lady Dragons, commendable effort. Made it all the way to 13 minutes to go here in the second half with a 2-0 deficit before the Lady Bearcats put in 3 assurance goals and lead 5-0. 4 minutes left to go. Phil, you didn't tell me there was a score down there.
I didn't see it last time.
Boone Grove has put one in. They lead 3-2 now over the Argos Dragons with about 7:45 left in that one. So,
Last I looked, it was still 2.
first goal scored down there in the second half. Dragons trying to advance to the semi-state for the first time in a couple of years. Got a free kick coming up here for the Dragons. Another freshman getting ready to check in for the Lady Dragons here. Carly Ellis, they got her listed as number 25. They got everybody listed as number 25. Carly Miller, Sophie Bolenbacher, Kara Sabansky, and Carly Ellis all listed as number 25. That's interesting.
She's number 8, Carly.
Carly Ellis wearing number 8, actually. It's like I'm Larry, this is my brother Daryl, my other brother Daryl, all wearing 25s. So the waning moments here of the regional championship here with a little under 3 minutes left. And Coach Stone, get that there, Phil. Get that, Phil. Coach Stone consoling his daughter, her career coming to a close here this evening. Laura Stone, what a fine soccer career, and a good way to end with, unfortunately, you want to win this, but they made it all the way to the regional championship, won their first sectional win championship for Coach Stone in his second season here under the control of the Lady Dragons, and the first sectional win for the Lady Dragons since 2014. A lot of youth here in the program. You got a great freshman class. You can see that with a lot of these girls that are in here right now. Hannah Trump, Allison Zom, Lizzie Edmonds, Sophie Bolenbacher, Carly Ellis. A lot of good, talented young freshmen coming up here for the Lady Dragons. So Coach Stone, has to be excited for the future here of the program. And Swathwood, Zom, and Edmonds going to come in. Get Carlton right there. She's going out, Phil. Kaylee Carlton and McKenna Burkholder, two more of your seniors coming out, and Gabby Allen as well. So some of your seniors here that are going to close out their careers as Lady Dragons.
1 minute. 1 minute.
With a minute left to go, Wheeler's going to take this one. Currently leading 5-0. Free kick coming up outside the 18 here for Edmonds. See what she can do. Tries to go low.
Offsides.
And we have an offsides call on the Lady Dragons. Just too much Lady Bearcats here for the Lady Dragons tonight.
Just a reminder, please stay off of the playing surface following the match. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And that is it. The Wheeler Lady Bearcats are your 2018 regional number 9 champions. Congratulations to the Lady Bearcats and to Coach Brian Murray. The Bearcats are 21-0. And back-to-back winners of the regional here. Best of luck to the Lady Bearcats as they move on to the semi-state round next Saturday. They're going to be playing at either South Bend St. Joe or down in Kokomo. The Lady Dragons fought this number 1 undefeated Lady Bearcats team very, very tough. Went into the half at 2-0. First 2 goals in the half, both scored by Lyric Green. First one came at 33-12, assisted by Putz. Second one at 15-21 in the first half, assisted by Garcia. And we stood there with a 2-0 score for most of the second half until Putz scored with 13 minutes left off of a free kick, making it 3-0 favor of Wheeler. Shortly thereafter, Lyric Green, off of an assist by Georgie, gets the hat trick with 11:45 left, making the score 4-0. And then Georgie puts in the last goal with 4:53 left off of the Garcia assist. And that is your final here this evening. Wheeler 5, Argos 0. You guys can tune in on RTC TV4. Go to the website if you haven't already. I'm sure you've been bouncing back and forth down at Eugene Snyder Field. The Dragons, with about 2:15 left to go, are trailing Boone Grove by a 3-2 mark. They're going to have to find some offense here real quick. They want to find an equalizer down there. So the final time here for the Argos Dragons here in the 2018 season. Congratulations to Coach Joe Stone. Picks up his first sectional championship here in his second season as the head coach of the Lady Dragons. Congratulations to the Lady Dragons, and that's great sportsmanship out there. Get a shot of that. Can you widen out there, Phil? Get the Lady Dragons. Very, very good sportsmanship. Congratulating the Wheeler Bearcats on their regional championship. Always great sportsmanship. Lady Dragons with a fantastic season. They're going to end the 2018 season with a 13-7-1 record. The 2018 LaVille sectional champions and the 2018 LaVille regional runners-up. And I'm going to shut her down here. Well, you know what? We got a minute left down there at Argos, so we'll just keep it on the field here. Hopefully something will pop for the Dragons here with 45 seconds trailing 3-2.
Appreciate your help, bud.
Yep, see you later.
Wrapping up the day, Phil, I did the math. 26 live broadcasts this week. That's crazy. 26. We had 2 volleyball matches on Tuesday, 4 volleyball matches on Thursday, 5 football games on Friday, and then between volleyball we had 9 matches today and 6 soccer matches today. So it's been a hectic week, a crazy week. Thanks a million to Scott Sager down at RTC headquarters, taking care of tech down there. Thanks to Scott Shear and all the fine folks here at LaVille High School for all their great hospitality here with us through the sectionals and the regional round. And the boys' season's going to come to a close tonight as well. The final score down at Argos, Boone Grove 3 and the Argos Dragons 2. So both Argos teams were able to make it into the regional championships, but neither one was able to advance. Congratulations to Coach Todd Vanderweel down there, and good luck to the Boone Grove Wolves as they move into the semi-state round as well. So give you a final shot here at Newton Park. The Wheeler Lady Bearcats are your 2018 regional champions. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in to our coverage here tonight and all week long. We'll be back next week. The sectionals are going to be starting up on Friday.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Scott. Sectionals be starting up on Friday for football, and we'll be covering regional round action at Culver Community as Pioneer advanced into the regionals. So for Phil Dean, I'm Steve Stricker, and Scott Sager back in the studio saying good night here from Newton Park. Thanks for tuning in. RTC TV4's coverage of Argos Dragons soccer. We'll see you soon with some football coverage, and, of course, we'll be back here in a few weeks. Lady Dragons basketball is going to be kicking off. The practicing for the girls basketball starts on Monday. I don't know how many of these Lady Dragons are going to be able to make it. They a little sore after tonight, but we'll be back with you next week for some sectional football action as well as regional volleyball action. Thanks for tuning in. Good night, everybody, from Newton Park.